Longtime friend of Israel, Pat Boone, wrote the words to the classic song Exodus almost 60 years ago. We met with Boone recently in Jerusalem. Here are the 4 words he says that tell the whole history of the Jewish people. You've been here 22 times.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be here and see what has happened in Israel in the last 70 years and what it is today?
Well, it's heartwarming, it's wonderful. I step into the pages of the Bible. It's faith validating, faith strengthening. It's all of that for me personally, but also it seems to me to fulfill what many of us are feeling, that the days of life on this earth as we've known it are drawing towards some kind of conclusion. Because in the last days, God said, I will draw all my people back to Israel. He's doing that. They are end times prophecies, and we're helping fulfill them. And that's why we love doing it. I sense that as Israel gets more and more prosperous, the enemies have not gone away. We're headed toward the last showdown when, because Israel is so prosperous and wealthy and they can't seem to get around Israel, they're going to try to destroy her.
Exodus.
You wrote one of the most famous songs, I think, about Israel, Exodus. You wrote the words of it. The music had already been written, but...
Yes, it was a Christmas Eve in 1959. And the movie Exodus with Paul Newman and Eva Marie Saint and all this, a big, big hit. And the Ferrari Teicher instrumental record of the song, the theme from Exodus, was a big hit around the world, and I wanted to sing it. And I was looking for an idea just to propose to some professional writer. It was Christmas Eve, and Shirley was begging me to help her get the last presents under the tree so we could go to bed. And I said, honey, just let me put the needle on this Ferrari Teicher instrumental one more time, see if I get an idea. Bum, 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 bum. And the words hit my head, this land is mine. And I said, those 4 words, that's the whole history of the people of Israel. This land is mine. God gave this land to me. And I picked up something to write on, and I started writing. And in about 20 minutes, I just took dictation, wrote the words it seemed to me the melody was saying. And I had written all the song, the lyrics of what became the second Jewish national anthem. Until I die, this land is mine. I recorded it. And of course, Ernest Gold and Otto Preminger, they all approved the lyric immediately. And now, Shaya ben Yehuda at Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Museum, asked, tears in his eyes, big, strong guy, you must have written those words on something. And when you pass or when you're through with it, could we have it? We want to display it on the wall of the righteous Gentile. And are we being presumptuous? I said, no, I'll give it to you now, but I need to let you know, I wrote those words on the back of a Christmas card. And he said, great, that underscores the fact that we know that evangelical Christians are our strongest supporters in the world. So we will gladly receive that Christmas card, which they have. For me, it's a high point, one of the crown achievements of my life.
So do you feel like you're inspired by the Lord with those lyrics?
Oh, without question. It is a personal, singular declaration. It is one person saying, this land is mine. God gave this land to me.
Yeah, so you think those 4 words, this land is mine, sums up?
That's the whole story. This land is mine, but the second part is, God gave this land to me. Now, you can argue about it, but you can argue with God. He's the one who gave this land to Israel and said, it's yours forever, bringing you back, and no one will ever make you leave.
One of the most memorable times you've been here was during the Yom Kippur War, when you got to sing to some of the soldiers that were actually fighting that war.
Yeah, I was asked by the Jewish forces to just go up and sort of cheer up and be a morale booster to the soldiers who just won, and I did. I was in a bunker in a helmet and flak jacket, and the ground shaking now and then from a shell still coming from toward Damascus. And since the soldiers weren't ducking for cover, I didn't either. But standing there, I talked to the commander, and I said, my theory is that God is restoring the borders of Israel to the time of David. Possibly Solomon, but at least the time of David. And enlarging the borders from where they are right now back to where they were in David's time. And the commander, it surprised me, he said, I hope you're wrong. I said, really, why? He said, because it means more fighting, more bloodshed. We would even give some land back if it would buy peace, which Ariel Sharon tried to do, and it was a disaster. So God's given me those opportunities to just, I don't know, to speak His will.
Yeah.
And I think I am part of that, and He gives me these opportunities, like writing the song to begin with, and then singing it in occasions like that.
You know, there's two Pats that I believe have stood with Israel for decades. Pat Robertson and yourself, Pat Boone.
Yeah, we are landsmen. We are kinsmen. He and Gordon as well, and the whole family, for goodness sakes. But Pat and I, two Pats, I often say one good Pat deserves another, and I'm sure he would say the same as I, that if it came down to it or something, he'd just as soon die for Israel as for the U.S.
Pat, it's a real honor to be with you again. And over here they say kol hakavod, which means with great respect. So with great respect and honor and for what you have done for Israel, for the Lord, and for His body all over the world. And bless the world with your entertainment and songs. Great to be with you, Pat.